Hi all, this is Emma from Plan, Inspire, Create, and today I'm going to be showing you how I do my first monthly setup in the Just 90 planner. So I've been releasing a video every other day throughout December, and I've done a series on how I'm using my Just 90 planner, which is a planner to help you set goals and really make significant progress towards them in just 90 days. And in the last video, I showed you how I created my vision board, and I was all done with the pre-planning except for just planning out my first month ready to get started. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, I'm going to leave a list of them in order down below. And in this video, like I said, I'm going to be planning out the first month ready to get started. So let me head over to the planner and show you where we're at. So this is where I finished on my vision board last time, and now we're on to month one. I'm really excited. So the importance of planning up front. The planner says, as previously mentioned, studies have shown that taking the time to plan up front saves significant time throughout the course of actually completing a project. When you have a plan that is broken down to the level of individual actions and when you plan to achieve them, you know you will have set yourself up for success. Back in section 3, you broke your projects down into the individual actions and habits you will need to implement, so you're really most of the way there. All you have to do before you get started is to plan when the actions will be completed. This will be broken down into monthly and weekly plans. The idea isn't to include all of the things you have to do in these months and weeks. This will be done in your day-to-day planning system. The purpose of these planner pages is to focus on the critical steps that need to be taken each week in order to achieve your goals in just 90 days. To expand, you should have a separate planning system to organise your everyday life. So for me, this is my personal guide planner. Be this physical or digital, it should assist you to get everything achieved. You should include your goal-related actions in your everyday planner, but not the other way around. By keeping these pages focused on purely goal-related actions, you have pages that can be reviewed regularly to ensure you are on track to achieving your goals. You'll start by planning all 3 months in advance. For the purposes of this planning method, a month will be a 4-week period. You will identify the start and end dates and write them on your monthly plans. The monthly plan will help you focus on splitting your projects and actions across the 90-day period. Once you have done this, you will break down your monthly plans into weekly plans, and this will help you focus on those actions you need to achieve on a week-by-week basis. And then there's just a note that says, I've left lots of space in the weekly planner pages for actions and habits so that you have flexibility. Don't feel pressured to fill up all of the space. How many actions you have will depend on the type of actions they are and how long they will take to complete. At the end of each month, you'll have an opportunity to review your progress and, if needed, adjust your plans for the following months and weeks. Now, I know it says if needed, but I'd be very surprised if it didn't happen every time because life just happens. So let's get started. And then there's a quote that says, every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. So I think that's in a good place right at the beginning, get you motivated. And then we flip over and we have our monthly planning pages. So for each month, we've got the 3 months here. You've got a double page spread. You write your start and end date. And then the questions you are completing are, which projects will I be focusing on? What do I hope to have achieved by the end of this month? What key milestones will I need to reach to be sure I am on track? Do I have any fears about my monthly plan? Are there any potential obstacles I can identify? How can I overcome these fears and obstacles? And what excites me about this monthly plan? So I'm going to do that for months 1, 2 and 3. And then I'm going to flip back to my project plans and figure out which actions need to be completed on which weeks. And the same with the habits. And I will do that for weeks 1 to 4. And then I will schedule a date to come back and actually fill in the end of month check-in and see where I am with my plans. And then at the beginning of month 2, there is space to readjust your plans so that you can stay on track. So I am going to go ahead and start filling in these pages, and then I will come back and show you what I wrote. you through my weekly plans before I do my monthly plans, and this was really, really nice to complete and to think about how I will split it over the 90 days. Now, just to make it clear, by giving each month a 4-week period, what this actually does is leaves you with an extra week at the end, which is like a grace period if things run over. So what I've done is I've planned for it to essentially be done in 12 weeks, and 90 days is 13 weeks, but that gives you a week to tie up any loose ends at the end and also reflect and evaluate your progress before starting to think about the next 90-day stretch. So if you're wondering about the dates and the tie-in, that is how it's structured. So the first thing I did was fill in my dates at the top with 3 4-week stretches, and then I went back and did month 1. So month 1, which projects will I be focusing on? I wrote all 4 projects because I'm actually starting and working on all 4, but I highlighted moving house and brand refresh as the 2 that are getting the main focus in this month. What do I hope to have achieved by the end of this month? I kind of put key tasks and types of tasks down on here. So I hope to have completed on my property, to have all the electrical repairs done, to have moved in, do all the bills and address changes, order furniture, do any painting and wallpapering, and have plans set out for what's happening with the rest of the rooms. Then on the business side, I have written prepare new logos, redesign banners, announce the new look, and then identify different types of work tasks for the restructuring project. So what key milestones will I need to reach to be sure I'm on track? I need to move into the new property. I need to complete my redecorating. I need to have all large furniture items purchased, and I need to have my new brand look announced. Do I have any fears about my monthly plan? And are there any potential obstacles I can identify? So I said Vlogmas is taking up a lot of time in December, and I actually want some time off over Christmas and some time off just full stop, because it hasn't really been happening. So that worries me about, getting a good start on these projects at a time where I already kind of feel like I'm on the back foot. And will I feel like I'm letting myself down if I take time off and I'm not working on these projects? But the time off is really important to me. So how can I overcome these fears and obstacles? I've written take time off work to focus on your new home. Schedule activities that are for fun only, and plan ahead and prioritise. What excites me about this monthly plan? I love this question. I could actually be in my own home and I get to publicly share what I have been working on behind the scenes. So yeah, that's definitely my favourite question. Month 2. Again, I wrote all 4 projects, but this time I highlighted transforming the home and brand refresh as my main focus. What do I hope to have achieved by the end of this month? I've written all loose ends tied up on the house move. Unpacking and redecorating, and then this splits, and that's where it goes on to the professional tasks. Plan and produce new packaging, create new templates, create new Patreon illustrations, do some time tracking of my work tasks, decide if my current workload is feasible and adjust as necessary. I mean, spoiler alert, I'm going to guess in advance the answer to that is no, so I will be adjusting as necessary. Come up with new structure ideas and streamlining and automation. So what key milestones will I need to reach to be sure I'm on track? Now this is quite exciting because it sees a lot of things completed. So house move project complete, brand refresh project complete, all transforming the home actions complete, because I'll still have some monthly habits there, and for the restructure to have done my time audit and my initial planning for this project. Do I have any fears about my monthly plan? My workload will be heavier due to creating more content ahead of time because of downtime during surgery. So this period ends on the 6th of February, and on the 7th of February I'm scheduled for surgery. So month 3 I will be having surgery and I will be recovering. So I will need to essentially create almost 2 months worth of content in 1 month to get ahead of time. so that I don't have to do it during my recovery, because I don't know what that's going to be like. But I know for those first few weeks, I'm not going to be up to doing much of anything. So the third month is not an average month for me. And I suppose I fear that having to do double the everyday tasks is going to take away from the time available to work on this stuff. So how can I overcome these obstacles? Remember that I can't do it all and people will understand. I'm actually going to plan some time off on my YouTube channel. I won't be releasing a video every week when I'm having surgery, just so I haven't got as much content to create in advance. And, you know, people are allowed some time off, I feel. Also, obviously, extending the time on my Etsy shop in terms of processing times, giving people advance warning. I don't know why I'm not writing these down. So, Etsy, give people advanced warning, and extend processing times. YouTube, take 2 weeks off. And then my Patreon, I want to keep as is. And then what excites me about this monthly plan is I could be completing multiple projects, and that does really excite me. The thought of having 3 projects really wrapped up before my surgery is, very motivational. So then month 3, which projects will I be focusing on? I will just be focusing on the restructuring work project. What do I hope to have achieved by the end of this month? All projects completed, whoop whoop, to feel more settled in my new home, to have a content library, to have a new plan for approaching work, to have a forward plan for the next 3 to 6 months, and to be implementing a new work structure. So that feels nice. What key milestones will I need to reach to be sure I'm on track? Well, to have everything in the bag, to have all projects completed. Do I have any fears about my monthly plan? So I've said I will be having surgery and in recovery. What this will be like is uncertain. How can I overcome these fears and obstacles? I have planned for this, with most projects planned to complete by month 2. These should be the types of tasks I could manage, by which I meant the types of tasks I have scheduled for month 3 should be the types of tasks I can manage during recovery. They're very sit-down, thinky tasks. They're not physical. My thought was it would give my brain something to do during recovery so that I don't go stir crazy, but we'll see. And I've just written rest comes first at the end of the day. I will have to just take it as it is. I'll be very disappointed if I get to the end of the 90 days and I haven't completed my projects. However, I'm having major surgery. So, you know, if the recovery is worse than I'm anticipating, that's just one of those things in life. So we'll see. But I plan to have most of my projects wrapped up before my surgery and just some of the restructuring work project left. What excites me about this monthly plan is the restructuring project should bring more balance to my life moving forwards. Very excited about life looking more balanced and feeling more balanced moving forward. I'm assuming, to be honest, that after the surgery, again, we'll be very busy because I will then be on the back foot and I will be rushing to create March's content because I cannot do it all in January. It may be that I miss another video upload in March just to give myself a little bit of grace, but we'll see how things are going. But once I've kind of got over that initial hump of implementing a restructured version of how I work and catching up, I'm hoping that long term this will provide me with more balance, and that's what I'm really excited about. And that's why I'm doing this project in the kind of first 90-day stretch, because I really think it's going to have long-term benefits. Okay, so next I'm on to my weekly plans. Oops. And I just need to write down the week commencing for these 4 weeks. and map out any actions and habits. So I'm splitting those across the 4-week period, and I'm clear on what needs to be done when. And then the idea is that I will check in with this each week and make sure I'm on track and be including these things in my everyday planner alongside the other things that I have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish this now from my project plans, and then I will check back in with you. Okay, so I've planned out each of my 4 weeks, and this feels good having it kind of in one place, broken down by week rather than by project. And it's good to see what types of tasks are on a particular week and how many. And I think thinking about what's going on each of those weeks in life in general, I think this is going to work well. So the first week is week commencing the 13th of December, so the week that you're watching this video. And my plan is to exchange on the property, arrange electrical repairs, organise a moving date, give notice on storage, book a moving van, order furniture, and get home insurance. So they're all moving home actions. And then there's just a couple of work actions. So share a sneak peek with my patrons of the brand refresh and list the different task types for the restructure. So a couple of smaller work tasks, and the main focus is on the home move. So that feels good. It feels balanced. I like that you can see what project they're related to. So I don't have any habits. I mean, a lot of my projects this time are very action focused. I know that, for example, in the future, I would like to do something around building strength and have a kind of physical goal, and that will be very habit focused. So it really does depend on the types of projects that you have. My week 2 would be the week commencing the 20th of December. Now this is Christmas week. So I only have one work task on here, which, that's not a work task. Oh yes, sorry, I don't have any work tasks on this list. I don't have any. These are both home related projects, and I have arranged the internet, complete on the property, get opening meter readings, apply for financial support, and decide on items needed still for each room. So this I can kind of do in my downtime from work life, and I've not got kind of work projects encroaching on Christmas week. So that feels good. Then on to week 3, which is week commencing the 27th. So it's the kind of week between Christmas and New Year. And I only have one work task, which is to design new logo stickers. And the rest are, again, moving home tasks. So to carry out electrical repairs, so that is a note that they should be carried out by now. Obviously, I won't be doing them. To move things from storage, to do any wallpapering and painting, to order any large furniture items, measure for curtains, shop for curtains, and build any flat pack furniture. And then obviously my work task. And then the final week would be the first kind of week back of throwing myself into work. And this will be week commencing the 3rd of Jan. So I have much more work tasks in here. So in terms of moving home, I have change addresses, arrange boiler cover, pack things at mum's, and actually move in. So the idea is that the house is kind of all ready before this point, and then I just move my essential stuff in that I've got at my mum's at the last minute and kind of crack on with using the new space. And then in terms of work tasks, I have changed the logos everywhere, including the website, design a new Etsy banner, Patreon banner, and YouTube banner, and announce the new look. And then for the restructure project, I am going to track how long it takes me to do certain tasks, and then kind of do an audit on the time things are taking me versus the time that I have available in this kind of new weekly structure that I've done, and how many hours I can really devote to work without burning myself out, and make any changes as necessary. And then over on the habits, one of the habits on my Transforming the Home projects was to reflect on how it feels in the new space monthly. So I can kind of think about initially what that's feeling like. Now, obviously, this isn't a weekly habit and I only need to do it once. So I'm going to just put a little dot on the Sunday that it has to be done by then. But yeah, I am very excited about that. So things are broken down over the weeks. They look sensible, if that's, a term. They look sensible. And then I will be moving on with this now. I will be putting these in my weekly diary, keeping a track of how they're going. I will come back at the end of the 4 weeks and do the end of month check-in and set up for month 2. So I'll share that video with you in 4 weeks' time. I'll also, in the next video, be showing you how I'm going to be using my Kanban board to keep on track with these tasks and the tasks over the 90 days. And that's a kind of visual project management tool that I use for my kind of everyday tasks and any special projects that I'm working on. So tune in 2 days' time if you would like to see that video. And please like the video if you've enjoyed it, and consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber already. There is a discount code for the Just 90 planner in the description below for 10% off for all you lovely people that have been watching these videos if you want to get your hands on one. And I will see you in 2 days' time for the next video. Bye!